functions with base e. So again, the same thing. Section 3, example number 2, we're looking at just a base of e. So really, you're still going to get normally with the base e, you're still going to get 0, 1, because anything raised to the first 1. You have a horizontal asymptote y equals 0. But because we're multiplying by -2, that means that's going to flip. So instead of being 0, 1, it would be 0, -2. Right? So it just flips over the x-axis, looks something like this. Right? Again, it doesn't cross over at 0 yet. But then this moves it to the right, 1, 2, 3. So it moves this point to the right, 3. And then this point moves both the graph and the horizontal asymptote up 2. So 1, 2. And then again, this would go up 1, 2. So it wouldn't cross right here at y equals 2. So it looks something maybe like this, going down like that. So my range, or my domain, was all real numbers. My range is everything less than 2, right? Everything less than 2. Y is less than 2. And then average rate of change. So what they mean by that is basically find a slope, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. It's just the difference of y's over the difference of x's. Well, what they give you here is actually two x values. This is x1. This is x2. This is another x1. This is x2. This is another x1. This is another x2. So this is actually your x's. These aren't points, right? So to find my y values for my numerator here, I would need to plug in these values, okay? So let's go ahead and just get some list of, let's just make a table and find out what these y values are. So here are my x's, okay? Those are all my x's, and let's go find my y values, and then we can find our slope, or the average rate of change. All right, so plugging those in there, plugging in -4 into this right here. I could graph this. All right, I could graph this first and then look at my table would probably be the easiest thing to do instead of plugging in x's in here. Just look at my table and see -4, I get approximately 1.998. Plug in -1, I get approximately 1.963. Plug in 0, look at that, and I get 1.9. And then plugging in 3, we get 0, because anything rated 0 is 1. 1 times -2 is -2. -2 plus 2 is 0. But I would probably want to just graph it and then look at my table. That'd probably be the fastest way to do it. And then plug in 4. Plug in 4, we get -3.437. And then plugging in 8, we get -294.826. Okay, and then what I want to do is just take the difference of my x's and the difference of my y's, but it's y's over x's. So when I take the difference of these two, I get, let's see, 0.035, and then the difference of these two, that'd be -4 minus a -1, which is a -3. And then divide that, and I get -0.012. Okay, and then let's switch colors here. Then I take the difference of these two. So I'm going to take the difference of those two, which is 0.063. And then I'm going to take the difference of my, oh, I guess I'm not asked to find those two, sorry. I'm asked to find the difference of these two, 0 and 3 right there. So let's correct that. That'd be 1.9. And the difference between these two, which is a -3, divide those, and you get -0.633. And then it asks me to do the difference between 4 and 8. So the difference of my y's, I'll subtract those. I can do the top minus the bottom, that's fine. And I would get a positive 291.389, but then I just need to take this one minus this one and get -4. Then divide those and I get a -72.847. And that's how I find the average rate of change with an exponential function with base e. So I just graph it, look at my table to see what, these are all my x's. find my y's, and then take the difference of my y's divided by the difference of my x's. Difference of y's divided by my difference of x's. And again, I notice this is going down from left to right, so that's why my number should be negative.